I'm making a shin ramen after coming back home from the trip, like a normal Korean. I usually don't eat Korean food while traveling abroad, so I haven't had this in a week. But before tasting the home, I like to talk about my last travel to Tokyo, Japan, where I got this beautiful bowl and delightful memories. I'll talk mostly about the foods I had, places I went, and things I bought. You'll get a glimpse of the travel style of a picky, foodie Korean dude. There are so many things, so I categorize the chapters and you can move around, search for things you are interested in by using YouTube timestamp. Also, I leave the links of the places in the description below. It will be so thankful if you leave a like and subscribe first. Thank you very much for your support. Let's go to work. Beginning with the beers I had. There is a famous Japanese phrase, "toriaezu namabiru," which means beer first. That's why I'm starting with it. Japanese are so good at making beer. Beer I had in every single restaurant was great. I had beer with chicken karaage and yakigyoza, yakitori, ramens, and so on. I drank beer literally every day. Every pint was so good, but I like to introduce the most fancy one, the Asahi HQ Lounge. I said fancy, but it was not expensive at all. Usually the observation decks charge a lot, but this place, their beer is like a ticket and the price of one pint is less than 1,000 yen. Looking down the city while having an excellent quality beer is just fantastic. I think this is the best spot not just for tasting the great beer, but also for the view. The next theme I'd like to talk about is the supermarkets and convenience stores. This is a big one. There are so many kinds of groceries which have decent prices. From local supermarkets to department stores, I could get good quality, fresh groceries I wanted, especially sushi-grade fishes. That is huge. The best thing about those is they sell small, just right portions. People like me, traveling, cooking, and eating alone, get to struggle with the large portions. That makes me hesitate to buy the thing. But in Japan, many products are packaged for one person with decent price, so I can save much money. One more thing I cannot ignore is the instant cup ramens/noodles. As a Korean, I'm proud of Korean ramens, but I have to admit, Japanese ramens, those are fantastic. Those never let me down. Whenever I go back home from Japan trip, if there is some space in my suitcase, I just jam it with instant noodles. Instant ramen is the best friend for people like me who is poor, hungry, and drinks a lot during the whole trip. After that, we have to talk about the desserts, which is one more thing that Japan is famous for, especially the convenience store ones. The value for money is just unbelievable. This cream mochi was my favorite. It was so delicious that I ate it one more time. It is so blessed that I can get this good dessert 24/7 at pretty much anywhere in Japan. If it is that good at the convenience, imagine how great it will be at the dessert store. The matcha cream puff I had at the store next to the Sensoji temple was really nice. I didn't visit many dessert stores, but if you are a sweet tooth, here is the heaven for you. The next chapter is cafes and bars. There will be thousands of great cafes and bars in Tokyo, but here are the ones I visited. First one is Blue Bottle Toyosu. No description needed, this place is just beautiful. Even though there is so many people in the place, but this bright atmosphere is like peace itself. Watching families, couples, friends, children hanging out was just delightful. Moving on to the unique cocktail bar, the Gatito, which means little cat in Spanish. This place specializes in tequila and mezcal, which really intrigued me. The master of the bar was very passionate about those spirits. I ordered mezcal Negroni, which was awesome. I think this bar is just like a symbol of Japanese craftsmanship that immersing themselves deep in a specific field. I really respect that. Bar Trench is a cocktail bar that is in the same context. I visited this bar to experience a decent absinthe cocktail. and it was a success. The absinthe cocktail, Smuggler, was a perfect example of how absinthe, when used right, can elevate a drink to something truly sophisticated. The price was pretty high, but hands down, the value was even higher. Miyano-yu is a cafe located in a cozy town named Nezu. This cafe is pretty unique because it was created by converting an old public bathhouse. Its distinctive, warm, cozy mood relaxed me walking all day long. I was really tired that I just wanted to dive into a hot tub. Cafe de Lambro was one of the oldest cafes in Tokyo, as I know. Look at that fridge. It looks like it is from the museum. This cafe is in Ginza and serves various coffee drinks which are super tasty. I mean, look at that. How could the coffee taste bad after watching this? This is the show. It's an art. Nevertheless, those were not my favorite. The Epulor was my best cafe/bar among the ones I visited. I was planning to go Starbucks roastery at first, but I didn't know there is an infinite waiting line, so I had to find somewhere else. Until then, I didn't know there was a blessing. As a result, I found this place named Epulor. It was a kind of a bar that sells coffee cocktails, wines, something like that. There was a very unique Madeira, which was super expensive and intriguing but never be ordered by me. I ordered the espresso tonic. It was tasty, but this time the taste was only just a tiny part of this place. There were two people serving. One was making the beverage and the other one was doing rest of the work, including DJing the turntable. I've never seen like that before, and that was so elegant. This whole place was like a piece of art. It felt like I was in a movie or something magical. I'll definitely visit here again. Highly recommend it. Next chapter is also big. Restaurants and izakaya. Starting with the yakitori izakaya, Hana Ogibashi. This was the first and last pub I visited during the trip. It was right next to my hostel, so I was able to visit easily. This was really like a local restaurant, which is usually visited by locals who just finished the work and willing to take a beer time with their friends. Relatively inexpensive, decent yakitori, roasted chicken skewers dishes, and lively, kind staff. The cozy vibe I had been looking forward to. I miss that place now. Izakaya CHA was one of the most lively places I've been in Tokyo. It was always full of young people drinking and talking, so energetic, full of hospitality, open-minded people were there. It was a tachinomiya, which means stand and drink pub. They serve various signature drinks. It looks like they make their own drink faces. And their pairing food are really unique. I wanted to order many things, but with my wallet in mind, I had to limit myself to the one dish I was most eager to try, which is this chicken liver confit. I have to pay so much money if I want to taste this quality liver dish in Korea. This was so creamy, and the oil, the sauce was kind of sesame oil plus something else. It was so tasty that I asked the cook how to make it, and he said it's a secret. Yikes. I have to come back here someday to taste it again. I cannot skip the ramen restaurants, right? I want to share 3 places. The first one is Ore-ryu shio ramen. It means my way salt ramen. It was my first time tasting shio ramen, and it was pretty interesting. The clear broth was mild and light. I ate that with fried chicken and beer to make it heavy. It was not my favorite, but tasty enough. Compared to that, the second one was really heavy. The ramen of Ramen Benkei was filled with full-bodied rich broth topped with pork fat. This ramen is like a tank. So heavy, luscious, salty, greasy. It's a bowl of guilty pleasure. I love it. It was a perfect breakfast for a hungry traveler. The third one, which was my favorite, was Seafudou. Their ramen is mainly made of mackerel. Its umaminess is on a whole different level. The broth captured only the pleasant flavors of the fish, leaving behind any fishy ones. Roasting spring onions look like one of the key ingredients. Nice. Perfect pair with the beer. Perfect lunch. So delicious. One more place that I'll definitely visit again next time. Yakitori Minori was the best yakitori restaurant during this Tokyo trip. Usually, yakitori restaurants are filled with the smoke, but this place was relatively clean. And the quality of the chicken was really fine for its price, I think. I always get surprised that there is chicken that can be eaten raw in Japan. Their level of poultry farming system must be super high. Thanks to that, they can cook the chicken to the minimum, which leads to the most tender and juicy chicken. I can eat hundreds of skewers if I have enough money, which I don't. Yoshi Borin is a tempura and soba restaurant that I highly recommend. This restaurant looked like a restaurant for the high class. It doesn't mean it was expensive or fancy, but it was really calm and peaceful. Warm and polite service of the waitress, also calm and polite customers, artistic menu book and writings. All these elements made me relax and feel comfortable. I ordered tempura and soba, which was very simple yet elegant. I ate this up with pure delight. The tempura wasn't something like, this is the best one in the world kind of thing. But I realized the subtle power of this restaurant after I finished the meal. I didn't feel any greasiness even after I ate all those tempura pieces. That was the part that made the meal feel refined more than anything else. There was all the places about the food, and in this chapter, I like to talk about the little contents briefly. The first one is watching national sports on television. I don't usually watch TV, especially the sports kind of thing, but what I watched by chance was really interesting. The Goshien, the high school baseball league, and sumo match. It was a perfect opportunity to get a glimpse into a local culture. Their facial expressions, gestures, and emotions were really vivid. Those made me realize I'm in a foreign country for real. It was a short, relaxing moment. Next up was the Texas Hold'em pub. I'm such a noob at poker, but I wanted to go to poker pub and feel the local vibe. I was not allowed to take the video of people playing the game, except myself playing, so I couldn't get a video of the place, but it was so lively, fun, and bright. I was poor at poker, just like I'm poor at speaking Japanese, so I just lost all my chips super fast and had to get out. Yikes. I'll be back with a vengeance someday. Tokyo Metropolitan Government Building Sky Lounge. It was free to enter, which was the only reason why I went there. I didn't want to spend thousands of yen to enter an observatory. I had to wait for some time, but it was worth it. Enough for the talk, let's just enjoy. Before we go back to the airport, we should buy some souvenirs, right? My number one priority is liquor. Whiskeys are so less expensive in Japan compared to Korea, so as an alcohol lover, I cannot pass it. I was looking for a certain whiskey named Talisker 18 years. I visited 3 liquor shops and finally found one. It was 26,000 yen, but worth it. I tasted it after I came back to Korea. It was freaking delicious. It was about half of the price in Korea, so I can say that I saved a one-way airline ticket worth money. And also I bought local liquors that is interesting or rare in Korea. Shopping is so fun. Next thing to buy is the glass/dishware. As I introduced in the last videos, Japanese are so good at dishes. I want to introduce 2 places to visit. The first one is Katpa bashi market. It is a really big kitchen utensil market area. There are so many stores selling numerous kind of kitchen tools, dishes. You can check what I bought there in the last videos. So please check those out. I can spend a full day here, but unfortunately I couldn't. Anyways, this is a great place to get a souvenir, so recommended. For glassware, I have another place to recommend, the Sokichi store. I'm also interested in cocktails, and I naturally got interested in glasses. This place is a dream place for me. This kind of store is so rare in Korea. I bought these 2 glasses for myself, and I'm using these until now with delight. And that was my Tokyo travel story. I wanted to talk a lot more, but I really tried to make it as short as possible. Hope you find anything interesting in my video. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching as always. I'll be back with another interesting stuff. See you soon.